What? Hey, and welcome back, Pegasus. Pegasus. My gosh. This is getting kind of spicy. This is getting kind of spicy. You have no focus left in college today? Oh, why is that? What's wrong, boy? You have ADD? I see. I see. I see. I see. That's all good, man. Just, try your best. I think that's very underwhelming advice, but no point in worrying about the things you know, if you've tried your best, then there's no point about worrying about too much more. Just keep trying your best. Also, my mustache feels super long. I have so many features of me that just make me dislike you. Alright, okay, I'm gonna go on a small rant soon. I don't know if rant is the right word, but I'm gonna have to talk to you about some stuff, Mr. Man. Also, I think it'll cut off a bit. I think that's kind of nice. Alright. Pegasus. So, when it comes to not thinking that you're good enough, the only person who can ever qualify you as not being good enough is you. You know, if you don't think that you're not good enough, then you aren't, you know? Like here's the thing, you know, like when you try to like if there's something that you don't like about yourself, then change it. You know? Then change it. If you don't like the fact that you're bad at something, like I hated the fact that I didn't feel I was good at design. I've been working at design every single day for like the past months, you know? And I've been getting better and better, and I've been feeling more confident, and I feel better about it. And I've been working on changing it. And if it's something that you can't change, then don't worry about it, and don't feel down on yourself about it, because it's an intangible, something that you can't change. Worrying about things you can't change is a waste of time and energy, and no point in expending emotions and something as valuable as your time on something that you can't change, and work on things that you can. You can't bring yourself down about things that you can't change. You know, like I know, because I've done that before, because I'm not like, look, I love my parents to the death, but they would change so many things about me, you know, but the thing is that you should only change for you. You should try to be happy with who you are, and if you aren't, then make it so you're happy with yourself. That's it, you know? You gotta learn to be happy with yourself, or you're just not gonna be happy, you know? And you're never gonna find happiness in anyone else, in any other work. You're only gonna be able to find happiness within yourself. I remember in high school, for me at least, I remember like I would always try to find happiness with my friends, or with a girl, or something like that. And it never really worked out that well. And it wasn't until I started doing things that I wanted to do for myself, and I started to change things about myself, and I started to be okay with being by myself and being myself, that I learned how to be happy just being me. If you try your best, then it's like, if you truly try your best, and I'm talking about truly put all of your being into whatever you're doing, then that's always good enough. That's always good enough, because your standard shouldn't be someone else's but your own. And you know when you've tried your best. You know. Everyone always knows. Like, I know when I sometimes say I try my best, and when I try my best, and sometimes I'll say I try my best, and I know in my heart that I'm not. But if you're truly putting everything that you have into something, and it still doesn't work out, then that's nothing that you can do. You just need to work on your, what's it called? I was actually listening to this from another streamer. He was talking about range analysis. But it's basically, whenever you do something, try to tackle all the things that you can tackle. Try your very best, and then tackle all the outcomes that you can. Like if something's like the worst outcome, the best outcome, and try to handle those things as well. But wait, hold on. The thing is, I already know I'm not going to do anything about it. Here's the thing. I'm trying to finish college. I didn't choose myself 100%, which I'm trying hard to be good enough. Super stressing you out. Pegasus, let me tell you something. Like, I went to 2 colleges, both of which I never graduated from. I went to Virginia Tech to study health and nutrition, foods, and exercise, dropped out my 4th year, and funny enough, I was finishing up my junior year at SCA for graphic design, and I dropped out then too. And let me tell you that every day that I tried to live for someone else was every day that I was so unhappy. So I was so unhappy trying to fulfill someone else's dream. And their dream was for me to finish college. But that wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, which was stream and design, but I didn't want to be in a school anymore and learn and take these humanities courses that I just felt at the time were super bullshit, you know? And you gotta kind of learn that happiness isn't achieved through completing other people's things. And I understand that trying to make other people happy can make you happy, but at the same time, you gotta learn what makes you happy. At the end of the day, what makes you happy? What fulfills you as a person? And do that, you know? Like a really good advice actually from like Casey Neistat, super great blogger. But one of the things that I really liked what he said is when you're in the shittiest spot possible, the one thing that you think of over and over again to get you out of that spot, whatever it is, you should go towards it. You know? Like, no, I loved SVA. SVA, the design courses, amazing. The teachers were so good. But the humanities courses were the most bullshit thing possible that I couldn't stand another minute of it. And I knew that if I stayed there, I was going to fail because of my humanities courses, because I couldn't do how bad they were. And because if they let me just do a humanities course and finish, I think I could have finished. But I think it was also just the projects themselves I wasn't passionate about, you know? And like sometimes they would give me the stupidest projects like, hey, you should totally make this thing. And I felt like I had to fit some mold, whereas when I'm designing on my own, I can just do my own thing. And I can just be myself, and I can design for myself, and I can make things for me. And but when it comes to staying positivity is a choice. You choose to stay positive. The shittiest things in your life can happen, but you can always look at something and spin it to make it positive. Being negative and wallowing in negativity is also a choice. And I understand there's also, you know, depression, like that's putting illnesses aside, you know, like disorders and illnesses and, you know, diseases or whatever, you know, all those disorders and stuff, putting all that aside, positivity is a choice. If every day there's always something positive to look at, there's always some way to look at something. Like today, if I had the shittiest day today, I could think, well, at least I had this coffee. And this coffee, I'm really grateful because you kind of take for granted just the little things in life. Like if you drink this coffee is the most bitter, but the most sweet thing, and you just savor the taste of something like this, you know? If you really savor the taste, the fact that you can taste something so great, you know, the food that you ate, you just really savor things instead of rushing. If you really savor every positive moment and you kind of learn to shed off the negative without letting it hold on to you, if it's something that you don't need to hold on to, and if you can't spin it positively, then maybe you need to put it to the side and really savor the positive things in your life. And I think that's one thing. Another thing that we don't do enough as people is to savor all the best positive things in life, you know? Like I have like this Gatorade, fucking delicious. Look, like it's what flavor is this? It's orange plus tropical fruit. Fucking delicious. Like let me drink this real quick. So good, you know? That chicken sandwich I had earlier, which was so delicious, you know? Like Even though it's just something so simple, sometimes it's those simple things that you go through day to day that will really help carry you through to the next day. Positivity is something that you practice. It's a skill that you start to learn, and it's something that you start to spin into an everyday skill that you use all the time. You know, like you start to learn to look at everything through a positive lens, and it's just like any skill. It's like design. You work on being positive every day. You know, you work at looking things through a positive lens. There's a positive way to spin everything, and you just got to practice it every day. And that's basically it. Maybe it's the whole trying to practice positivity every day. Oh, I think in addition to the positivity thing, though, it is really important to have a support system. Not to have someone who you feed off of, but someone who will help build with you. Yeah, in addition to just practicing positivity, that's super important. I think that people probably don't do enough of is just to make sure they have people, like a group of friends, like not an emotional lover or whatever, and not emotional lover, not a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but friends. It's a mindset, and it's a skill, and it's something that you practice every day. I think that's pretty much what I have to say about it. Is just look at everything through that lens, try to spin it as positively as you can, and savor the little things in life, because every day there's always a positive thing to take from. I also have my moments of negativity. I have my spots of hardship, but I think those help you also reflect how great and positive your highs are. You know, if you really examine them. Like, man, like, you know, like I don't have, you know, like I'm living at home with my mom. I'm 26. I haven't graduated from college and I've dropped out of 2. You know, if I focus on that, then I'm like, I'm a shitty human being who hasn't done anything meaningful. And if I focus on that, then I automatically would just be always depressed. Or I can think, look at what I made today. I made all of this. Today. You know, I helped. I talked to people. You know, I had dinner. I enjoyed it. I woke up nice and early. I talked to my friends. I streamed today. I texted friends today. I talked to people who I can call friends. It's what you focus on, and not necessarily, you know, the negative. And you just have to not focus on the negative stuff. You feel like I really genuinely want to do what I do, but I'm being drained over and over. Okay, so you either have to, right? You either have to take a step back from what you're doing. You know, like you either have to think about how badly is that what you want to do, or maybe you need to take a step back. Maybe you need to take a breath. Like maybe you need to take a step back. Maybe to reevaluate where you are. Maybe you need to give yourself some critical thinking time alone and think, you know, is this where I really want to be? And if it is, then take a step back, reevaluate everything, and then attack it with a fresh mindset. Because sometimes maybe you're stressing yourself out about it too much. And, you know, maybe that's something that you need to do more often, you know, is to take a step back from it all and see if what you're doing is what you want to do. Because life is too short to waste your time on things that you don't want to do. And if this isn't what you want to do, then think, what do I want to do? Really think, what is it that I want to do right now? And don't make your object what you want to do, or like your future. Don't base it on any other person except your own. Because at the end of the day, a person is not going to fulfill you. A relationship or a person is only supposed to be an addition to your life. A relationship is supposed to be something that you add on top of yourself, not something that's supposed to fill you as a person, you know? So I don't know. Oh gosh, I'm like dying a little bit. Yeah, just it's important to really think about your. I'm also gonna say, I will also say that that doesn't mean that you can shirk responsibility. You know, like never, never think that you can like that responsibility is something that you can cast to the side because you're always gonna have to be responsible for yourself and for the people and the things in your life. That's always something that you're gonna have to deal with. That's always something that everyone has to deal with. But doing what you want to do is supposed to be one of those things that helps fill you back up.